104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Joining us right now. I mean, the guy is basically on the show all the time now. John Kmack from the Gym Rat Challenge. I want to talk about the upcoming challenge, but how did the boys Gym Rat Challenge go?
Okay, well, first of all, I am on the show all the time, but you guys are getting me in the mode of sleep deprivation and over-caffeination.
So this is going to be good.
At all of these points, yes. But the boys went great. It was, it was a great event, and the use of the Albany Capitol Center went over huge, I think, for, people to see what that place looked like. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys before, the floors that they put down in there came from the NBA 2018 NBA All-Star Game.
Wow. Very
so
cool.
It was the NBA All-Star Game floor, the NBA Celebrity Game floor, and then because the NBA requires so much skirting around those floors, they were able to take that excess skirting and build us a third floor. So great. It was a great show all the way around.
John, how do you compete with and or top that?
That's a good question, and we'll worry about that for the boys event next year. But one of the things we are going to do for the boys event, both events next year, but for the boys event pending NCAA approval, is we're going to use both the Times Union Center and the Capitol Center. So we'll have 6 courts rolling for 2019. We're committed to be here in 2019 to do that, and then if we can get some grant funding, we'll stay here in duty. If not, then we're likely making a move to Pennsylvania. But next year we will be at the TU Center and the Capitol Center. But one of the big things for the girls' event, in terms of trying to top
this weekend,
girls, is there was some scheduling issues with the Cap Center for the girls' event. The field continued to expand, so those guys took really good care of us. Doug McClain, who's the general manager of the Capitol Center, and Bob Belber, who runs the TU Center, and they're taking 4 courts for us, including the NBA All-Star Game courts that were used for our boys event, and they're moving them up to the Latham Sports Dome, Afram's Sports Dome on Route 7, and that building for this weekend is going to become the Gym Rat Dome with 4 beautiful courts lined up in there and teams rolling in and out.
Who are some of the alums that have played in this tournament in the past?
Well, I think, there's so many that are playing, major college basketball, into the WNBA. We start with Epiphany Prince. I can't remember if I told you guys this the last time we were on, but I'll tell you again. Anyway, Epiphany Prince was our first girls Gym Rat Challenge MVP 14 years ago. Went to star on Rutgers' Final Four team, and then was a WNBA scoring champion. But the winter after she was here, she scored 126 points in a high school, Murray Bertram High School out of New York City, and she broke Kobe Bryant's national single-game scoring record for a single game. So that was the first real star that rolled through. There's been so many others. Bria Hartley, who's starring in the WNBA now, and probably at the top of the list is Brianna Stewart, who was a 4-time most valuable player in the Final Four for UConn, won 4 national championships, has won a gold medal, is a WNBA All-Star, and probably, if not widely regarded as the best women's player in the world, she's definitely in that conversation.
John Kmack with us right now, getting us prepared for the Gym Rat Girls Tournament this weekend. How can everybody support the ladies? How can everybody enjoy this great basketball?
We're all over the Capital District once again, which is I guess that's a happy problem to have because of the size of the field. We're all over the place. So there are tickets available at the door of any venue. It's a $15 fee for an event pass, which allows you to see at any venue throughout the weekend, or $10 for a day pass, single day pass. And we are at Skidmore College, the Saratoga Rec Center. We're at Latham Sports Dome, a.k.a. the Gym Rat Dome, as I said earlier. We're at RPI, and we're actually at UAlbany with younger kids this weekend.
Did we get a final number on how many teams and how far these teams are traveling from?
I don't know if you have it, but I'm going to give it to you, my friend. We have 288 teams, and they are traveling from all up and down the eastern seaboard, from Maryland to Montreal. So we originally were going to cut this thing off at 240, and we flew by that number in early April, and then I started to feel guilty about the size of the waiting list, and then we bumped it to 260, and we flew by that about 2 weeks later. And then we went to 280 and released our schedule with 280, and then had to bump it up to 288 to accommodate, some teams that really had to get in here late with some national level talent.
John Kmack with us. John, you got to change the name to the International Gym Rat Girls Tournament now.
I don't know about that, but I will take the international crowd. I'll tell you that.
Right. Well, I mean, you got teams from Canada coming in now. It's international.
No doubt about it. Listen, as long as you guys are covering it, I'm happy. I don't care if it's international, domestic. As long as I'm on the show with you, I'm happy.
John, you keep having these giant tournaments for the area, and you'll be on the show more and more, man. We appreciate you. We're looking forward to all the great news to come out of the Gym Rat Girls Tournament this weekend. Like you said, all over the Capital Region, stuff at UAlbany, the Latham's Golf Dome, the Aframs Dome, which is now the Gym Rat Dome, Saratoga Rec Center, Skidmore, and of course RPI. So all over the Capital Region. If you like good hoops, you're looking for something to do with Dad on Father's Day weekend, take him out and let him see the ladies compete.
Sounds good, fellas. I appreciate the coverage.
The New York Yankee pregame show's on the way next here on 104.5 The Team.